If somebody says that before I give you this job, I must sleep with you. To sleep with that person is to lick the person's boots like a dog, is to bow. It is not worship as in to say figuratively, oh devil, I recognize you as God. It is worship as your intentions comes as my priority. That's what it means. For instance, it is bowing if you have to adulterate your age to get a job. You are bowing to a system. Because this is what every other person does. Are you following what I'm teaching you here? Are you with me? Stay with me. Oh. Stay with me. Stay with me. That's the word bow there. Proskuneo. It also means to adore. Now, before we even look at the concept of bowing, let's look at the character of the person making the promise. If you will bow, fall down, bow and worship me, I will give you all the glory of this world. You believe a promise based on the character of the one making the promise. If someone who is a perpetual liar tells you, and I'm going to send you so and so. I remember one time like that, we were on campus. We had a very fantastic meeting. One very popular politician came, and then, he came there and stood in front of the people and said, my God, this is so powerful. What God is doing here, this. I will donate so and so amount, and then we'll back so and so. Tell God. We clapped. Oh my God, my good Jesus, thank you. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week people start asking, Pastor, you never collect money. There are people that when they tell you good morning, you can be sure it is night. See, listen, the devil doesn't lie. He actually doesn't have the nature of truth. Listen. If you say this boy used to lie, it means that he lies. Quite all right. But there can be a moment of truth. There is no moment of truth with the devil. You need to get that in. Listen, let me tell you something. Because dealing with the devil is like you dated an ex. Sorry, I always use relationship because that's what you can understand. Or you dated somebody who is a perpetual liar. The guy will lie and save different girlfriends' name with the name of his co-worker, secretary, this, all those stuff. Then one time like that, I just saw a picture of a church. You saw the guy worshiping and raising, and I said, this guy will not change now. The guy is still on your matter. And I said, let's give him a second chance. He will still lie. There's nothing like once beaten, twice shy. They can beat you 100 times. You know why? Because you keep assuming the person must have changed. He must have changed. You can't change for anybody on their behalf. And when people change, you need fruit of the change. Fruit of the change. What did he tell Adam? What did he tell Eve? Sorry. In Genesis chapter number 3, let's start reading from verse 4. If I'm correct. Genesis 3, let's start from verse 4. Look at it. Read this 1, 2, 3, go. And the serpent said unto. Let's start from verse 2 so you can understand the context. And the woman said to the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, God had said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it lest you die. What did the devil say? You shall not show. All right, so God said, don't eat. When you eat it, you will die. The devil outrightly said, what God said is not true. It means that for Eve to be deceived, she had to first believe God as a liar. If the Bible says that the soul that sinneth shall die, you must believe contrary to what God said to live in sin. I'm telling you. You cannot rebel against God until you have first perceived him as a liar. Are you following what I'm saying here? The devil said, no. You shall. Then when he said, you shall not surely die, and so it was not objected, he went into full-blown one. Look at verse 5, quickly. Verse 5. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. God knows. You see, sometimes you just read this and just twist it. So, where is the lie in this statement? For God knows that the day you eat of it, your eyes shall be open. When they ate, was their eyes open? Yes. But their eyes was open unto death, not unto life. Before, Their eyes were wide open unto life. You know why? Because they were naked and they were not ashamed. It means that they were more conscious of the glory that covers. The moment their eyes got opened, the devil told them, your eyes will be open, but he didn't tell what kind. The first thing they saw was their nakedness. And the next feelings that came was shame. What kind of promise is this that looks so good but yet disastrous? The devil is a pathetic liar, lying to people who know that he's a liar and yet they still believe him. Sometimes you see people fall for things like money ritual. Go and check people who are living on charms. It doesn't matter the kind of car they drive, you will know that there's something missing. There's a glory that only comes from the presence. See, godliness with contentment, great gain. There is something money can buy: the presence. The presence, the backing of God. That God is saying, this is my son in whom I'm well pleased. You don't have to be a pastor to enter that status. All right? Jesus had not started ministry when God said that. He's lived 30 years, sinless life. When you see where the glory of God covers a man, you'll be amazed. Money can buy that. The biggest boys who were doing Yahoo 10, 15 years ago, where are they now? Some of them ran mad on the street. You see girls running mad. A Yahoo boy will pick a girl, then send Uber or bike to take her back to her house. Then she gets there and she shares the spoils of war with her friends. Look at what he bought from me. We're chopping life. And the guy knows that he's using the girl. And it will get to a point that there's nothing left of their life than regret and pain and misery. Meanwhile, to follow God's instruction for your life, the things that will come from that relationship, nobody can give you. I've seen people. They make so much boast in their charms. When the year started, I saw one of the hip-hop guys was pouring Fanta on his head and bathing. All this for streaming emotion. All this. And the devil must be wicked. All this. You wake up in the middle of the night. You see, it takes stupidity to insult Christianity. I'm telling you. You wake up in the middle of the night, you carry sacrifice. Somebody say tie this clothes or carry it naked. You take it to a junction. Somebody could see you and shoot you. And you die in front of the food you have prepared for your... Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
I think Daddy Gio shared this story. One time, they told him that now that you are going higher, you need to fortify yourself. So that was when he was a lecturer. He wasn't born again then. So they told him to go to an herbalist. So the herbalist told him to go and get a goat. But the criteria for this goat is that you must drag it from the market that you are buying it to the house of the herbalist. A university lecturer. You have to drag. You see, dehumanization for what the blood does effortlessly. Believers, what you have is higher life. Never think it's low. So he dragged, and fortunately, the goat was a stubborn goat. And one time he dragged the goat, and another time when he came there, they said, "You can't see Baba." So Baba was supposed to fortify him so he doesn't have accident, doesn't die, and all that. But Baba himself had an accident and broke his leg. If money rituals is good, all herbalists will do it for their children. You need to see these guys how they want their own children. Stay away from it. When the devil gives with one hand, he's taking with 10. It's just like the aid they give to African nations. They keep taking foreign aid. Then you now complain, why are we not recognized in United Nations? You that they are feeding. Burkina Faso just paid millions of dollars, billions of dollars, their debt without borrowing. It was done by a 35-year-old boy. the youth will rise. The sane ones. Uh-huh. Because you can have new wine in old wineskin. The devil give anybody anything. Go and check those who went to River Goddess to ask for children. They we saw. That child will be behaving like the devil. I'm just telling you. Go and check the history of anything the devil gives. Not only will it not last, it destroys the receiver. It does. It is the blessings of God that make it rich and have no sorrow. Everything else, you cry. It's just a matter of when. Everything else, you cry. It's just a matter of when. Say it again, I choose to trust the Lord.